In part 2 of this series on building these industrial looking shop cabinets, I get the cabinets installed and I build these doors, which are a wooden frame with a sheet metal panel. So that's coming up right now. So a standard kitchen countertop is 36 inches to the top of the counter. My workbench over in the wood shop is at 38, and I find that's where I like it, a little bit taller. So I'm going to make this 38 to the top. I'm going to have an 1.5 inch thick bench top. So the top of my cabinet box needs to be right there at 36.5. Now the sides on those are 31 inches. 5.5 to the top. So I'm going to use a 2x6 as my toe kick, or as the base of the cabinets, which will become the toe kick in the front. The front of the face frame actually hangs down 3/4 of an inch, so that toe kick is actually going to be 4 3/4 space from the floor to the bottom of the face frame in the front. From the top of the countertop to the bottom of the uppers, I'm going to leave 18 inches. And that's pretty standard height. So that puts me at 56 inches right there. So I'm just going to draw some level lines across to get ready to mount my uppers and get the base down. And I'll make sure that base is all level, because the floor here could be a little uneven. So here's the frame for my base. You see I stained the front. This will be my finished toe kick, and the cabinets will sit on top of this. I'm good on both front and back level that way, but I had to shim up the front a little bit. So what I used is just a couple of washers here, and it worked out just right. Now normally I'd want to attach this front to the floor, but I have PEX tubing in this floor. I don't want to take a chance on drilling into it, so I'm just going to use some construction adhesive under the front, and then I can attach the back to the wall and that side to the wall. Then it'll be ready for the base cabinets to sit on. So to attach these to the wall, I'm using these 2.5 inch number 10 construction lags, and I'm putting those in where the studs are. I'm also going to attach these face frames together sideways, through the face frame, and I'll clamp them together and then pre-drill, just run a 1 5/8" screw between them. And then I'll probably also, just because of the way those studs lined up, like this stud in this cabinet's way over here, this one's way over here. There's one right in between, but it doesn't do me any good. So I'll probably just run some drywall screws through the back here and here, just to give a little bit more support, because I do have the 1/2 inch plywood behind this, so that will help hold it up. Loosen these up a bit.
This is the basic idea for the doors. I'm going to build a frame for the doors out of just this 3/4 inch prime pine, and the panel of the door is actually going to be a piece of leftover roofing steel that I painted, and then I wiped the paint off right away because the original color of this was like a burnt umber, I think it was called, and then I used a deep red spray paint to give it that kind of old faded look. So if you didn't want to use metal like this for the doors, I also have a video of building my laundry room cabinet where I show how to make a door with a beadboard panel. So I'll leave a link for that, you can check that out. But for this, there's basically two easy ways to make this frame. One is to, just like I made the face frames, I could pre-drill and countersink some holes here through the ends and just glue and screw it together, and then I could plug those ends with 3/8 dowel if I wanted to. Or I could use, from the back side, I could use a pocket hole jig, and I could drill pocket holes in here, but then you'd still see it if you open the door, so I would still probably want to put the pocket hole plugs in there to finish the inside of the door. So those are the two easy ways I think you could do it. You could also put a groove, tongue and groove or something. But for this, I'm looking at just nice, quick and easy, yet still strong connection here. So that's what I'm going to be doing. This frame will be painted that hammered black, same as the face frames. So it's just a matter of cutting out all these pieces and just screwing them together. And then when I attach this, it's going to be a little bit of a process, I think, because what I want to do is, like you can see, I left this long on the side, so that's going to screw through from the back side, but I don't want the panel to be wobbly in there. So where these ridges are, I'm going to put a screw or a peg or something right there that I can keep that down tight too. So I'll figure that out when I get there, but that's my thought for now. So I'll just get all these door frames cut and screwed together. I want to get that countersink deep enough where I could get enough glue on a dowel rod and then cut that dowel off flush. Actually, I think I like these better than the drywall screws anyways. I did have some of those face frames were just about to split with those drywall screws, but these are a little bit thinner. So you've noticed I'm using two different drills. I got that Ryobi because I bought a Ryobi finish nailer and it did not come with a battery. So to buy a battery separate was the same price as buying a battery and a drill. So I bought that, and it's nice having, you know, one setup just for pre-drilling. But this Bosch drill is the best drill I've ever owned. I really, really love this drill. I'll leave a link for it in the description too. Hey, if you're finding value in this video, I appreciate if you hit the thumbs up button. That'll help YouTube push it out to more people that can also find some value. Okay, so there we go. Nice square and sturdy door frame. So what I'm doing here is I'm centering my steel panel, so the center of this rib is in the center of the opening. And I have these construction straps that I painted, and that's going to get screwed here to hold that in. Then I'll also run a few pilot holes and screws on the sides of this panel too to keep it from rattling. Concealed face frame with a 1/2 inch overlay hinge. This manufacturer recommends it 2.5 inches in from the edge of your door. Whew. So you can see I got one door installed. That was my prototype door. And I made a little block 1 inch high, and that's to set that bottom hinge on. So same thing on this side. There we go, a little bit of adjustment and we'll be all set. In part 3, we're going to finish up this cabinet build by building these drawers and getting them installed, and then building this workbench top that is just awesome looking. So stay tuned for that video. If you haven't subscribed yet, you might want to do so now and hit that notification bell so you'll know when this video comes out. So thanks, we'll see you in the next one. I'm just going to use these 1 5/8. Was that going to be long enough? No. There you go, look for something longer. Oh, that's